Hey everyone, what is going on? I'm Matthew Oliver with Stillwater Alchemy, and today we're going to be diving into this Capricorn full moon, what it means, how you can use this energy to your advantage. What's interesting is that on my first recording of this, I got like 30, 60 seconds in, and I just kept coughing and coughing and coughing. And that's pretty rare for me to cough that much where my eyes were literally watering. And I thought, this is interesting given that this Capricorn full moon specifically is opposing Mercury in Cancer. And so I was going to be talking about our words and how they build autonomy and confidence anyway. But it also reshapes how I want to put the order of this workshop and use my words and my voice to help educate and hold space in this forum. So what we're going to do at the start of this workshop is just a little clearing. Start with a meditation so that we can be open to the knowledge and the channeled messages that are going to be coming through. All right. So take a moment, just close your eyes, ground into your body, whether you're sitting down, lying in your bed, just giving gratitude to this stability that is keeping you safe and comfortable in this moment. Taking a nice deep breath in and exhale. Letting go of the day, letting go of the weekend, letting go of anything that is placing any immediate stress or judgment on you and your mind. You have nowhere to be. Getting more and more grounded in this moment. Taking another deep breath in and exhale. Now bringing your awareness to your head. Noticing your mind, how it's feeling. If there's any heaviness, any racing. Allowing your breath to steady you. Deepening the love and the gratitude you have for your mind, your brain, your head, all the ideas, all the support, all the grounding that it offers you. As you take this next breath, direct this air towards your head, to the top of your head, to your crown chakra, breathing in and exhale. If there's still any heaviness or stress in any part of your head, your mind, your crown chakra, just allowing it to float to the top. These orbs of light being released back into the universe. You can envision your spirit team, your guides, angels, collecting these orbs of light that no longer need to be present, weighing you down. This energy gets to be recycled back into the universe. Giving gratitude for this space. Giving gratitude to the discomfort or the stress you might have been feeling as it was helping you to become realigned. Now, envision the top of your head, your crown chakra expanding, being open to more love, wisdom, power, open to more security, safety, stability, open to more of your divine purpose, for all the intuitive hits, all the downloads to come in. And just sitting here for a moment, simply being open to more. If there is anything specifically that you want clarity on or a reframe, feel free to ask now. Asking to God, Goddess, Source, Universe, your spirit team, your higher self, whichever entity feels best in this moment. Be open to receive. As you allow this energy to come in, notice how your body is feeling. There may be a tingling of energy surging through you. There may be exciteness, a happiness, a levity. Just take note. There's no need for judgment either way. Allow any final bits of wisdom, spiritual consciousness to come in. And allow your crown chakra to come back, to seal up your auric field. And envision your body, your home, with a light of whatever color you feel resonates with you. It could be a gold, a white, a silver, purple, red, whatever feels best. Using this light to protect you, your auric field, and your space moving forward. And so it shall be. Slowly coming back to your body. Okay. Whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes and we shall resume with this workshop. So the reason I want to do that is because I'm going to be making some comparisons to what was going on 6 months ago during that Capricorn New Moon and what's taking place now. And if we can be in a state of openness, of receptivity, there might be additional downloads. There might be insights to what you've been through in the past 6 months that will then provide further insights, downloads, foresight for this second half of the year of 2023. All right. So let us look at the transits of this Capricorn full moon specifically. So we see that the moon is in Capricorn at 11 degrees, opposing Mercury at 14 degrees of Cancer, while also aspecting Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Pisces by sextile aspect. It's also co-present Pluto retrograde and is making trines to Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus. So aside from Venus and Mars in Leo, the moon is aspecting every single planet. So this might have been on Sunday. You might be feeling it today on Monday or Tuesday. Whenever you're feeling this energy, just be aware that it might be a lot on your body, given that the moon is the planet that represents the physical body, our emotions, our home, our caregivers. There's a lot going on here. Also, of course, if you have prominent Capricorn energy, prominent cardinal energy, reminder that the cardinal signs are Capricorn, Cancer, Aries, and Libra, that this is likely to be a very activating full moon. So please ensure that you have the rest and grounding that you are needing. The one thing I want to say here is that I found it interesting when comparing the full moon chart to the new moon chart in Capricorn. So I want to bring this up for comparison. So don't get confused by this bi-wheel. The internal wheel here is the Capricorn full moon, and the exterior wheel is the transits that were going on when we had the Capricorn new moon on December 23rd. So we can see during that new moon that happened right before Christmas, near the end of December, that the sun and moon were at 1 degree, and they were also making that direct square with Jupiter in Aries. So knowing this, there was likely a call to expansion. There was likely a call to build. There was likely a call to go bigger, whether it was in your finances, your career, your mindset, your knowledge, your love, whatever that was coming through. And even to get more specific, you can look to the houses in your chart ruled by Capricorn and Aries to see where that expansion or where that call to grow through change or through prompting you to go for it, go whatever that big dream was, took place at the end of December of last year. And this was also likely a call to initiate something new, something that was still in alignment for what you were meant to build, but something initiatory, given that both Capricorn and Aries are cardinal signs. So if you want to pause this and just think back to where you were at the end of December. Where were you feeling called to grow and expand, even if it felt challenging or it was going to take a lot of time or financial investment? So pause, think back to where you were. And as a additional hint, you can look to the Capricorn and Aries rule parts of your chart. And then when you're done, you can resume. Boom, we're back. Also, with the Capricorn new moon, we saw it was an aspect to Venus, Mercury, and Pluto. So there was likely to be this prominent impactful either legacy or wanting to put down roots or wanting to build, because Capricorn is a cardinal earth sign. It's ruled by Saturn. Even the energy of Capricorn rules the bones, the teeth, the knees. If we think of like something when we're either spitballing or brainstorming, it's like, what's the skeleton? What are the bones? If you look at a house, they'll go, it has nice bones, and I want to add to this. So over the past 6 months, have you been able to restructure things? Have you been building onto something? Are you building something completely brand new that now, 6 months later, is being called to go even bigger? Or that you now have the tools, you have the knowledge, you have the resource, you have the support to make that happen? And even if you don't per se have everything in place right now, there is likely to be a step before you in a very positive way, because we just saw on that chart that during the Capricorn New Moon, the sun and the moon in Capricorn are making a square to Jupiter. But with this full moon, the moon is making a trine to Jupiter in Taurus. And also, too, the sun is making a sextile. So a square can be seen as a frictional aspect, but with a trine during this Capricorn full moon and a sextile from the sun, these are both benefic, free-flowing aspects. So there's likely to be something that is calling you, that wants to expand you, that is in these earthly realms, that can either provide more finances, more opportunity, more support. And I proposed a question on Stillwater's Instagram in terms of, what are you wanting for the next 6 months? What are you feeling called to grow and to expand? And a lot of people are saying a new job. And that's also very telling too, given that Capricorn is often relayed with ambition or status or wanting to be the best, right? The GOAT, so to speak, the greatest of all time. So if you are wanting to build, or you're wanting to climb that metaphorical mountain, there's likely to be either new inspiration, a new opportunity, or a new grounding that you're being called to grow into, to feel safe, to feel supported. Now, this is where it gets interesting for me, and this will come in through the exercise that I will ask of all of you, if you feel called to do so, is that the moon is opposing Mercury. And so a lot of times if we're looking at Capricorn in Cancer, it can be seen as the father archetype and the mother archetype. Cancer being very kind, nurturing, compassionate, wanting to help build and grow emotionally. And then Capricorn wanting to build the physical structures, let's say the physical structure of a home, for then Cancer to take care of the emotional security inside the home. Or Capricorn's building the legacy and the structure for an empire, for a career, for a business, so that everyone working for that business, for that entity, feels safe and supported financially. Now, if we're going to be talking about Mercury in Cancer, I would ask all of you, what kind of support do you have from either family, caregivers, parents, friends, mentors, superiors at work, so that you feel safe to grow and expand? If you have this beautiful dream that you want to go into a completely different industry, or you're wanting to expand your home, or you're now going to get engaged or married, and you don't have the support, let's say, of certain people, it might not make you feel safe, this moon in Capricorn. What's also interesting too, if we really think about it, it's how are you speaking, Mercury, to yourself? What type of self-love, self-care, nurturing Sun and Mercury in Cancer are you giving yourself? Because yes, having that community, having that family, having that support is extremely important, but it always starts with us, our own mindset. If we feel like we don't deserve support until we achieve X, Y, and Z, that'll continually be our experience. And we might even receive the support from X, Y, and Z, but it might not be enough, or we don't even view it as support. So that is one thing I really want you to get clear on, is how you're speaking to yourself, about yourself, how your mindset is, and are you taking time to support yourself? This can be through physical healing, like massage, acupuncture. This could be through mentorship. This could be through therapy. This is also something that I would challenge everyone on, is that if you don't have some kind of emotional support, if we're talking about Mercury and Cancer, whatever that may be, that this is likely the time where you're not going to be able to ignore it for very much longer. This can also be financial support, like business finance, commerce is all linked in with Mercury as well. So let's say you need an accountant, or you need someone to handle the marketing, or you need someone to handle your admin and emails, and it's something that you don't like to do, something that's not comes easily to you, then you're allowing someone to support you through that commerce angle of Mercury so that you can continually grow and build and climb and be okay. Like, even let's just say we're talking about it from a mountain perspective and you're climbing, and if you don't want to carry all the supplies, it's like, great, you might have someone that is going to help you carry those supplies for you so that you can focus on making sure that your hand is in the right hold, or that you can enjoy the view as you're climbing the mountain. You don't need to be carrying everything the entire climb. You do not need to be carrying all this burden and responsibility your entire journey. And that's, again, where the mindset comes in. Once you know that it's safe and that you have enough money to hire X, Y, and Z, you're like, oh, I don't have to worry about doing all of these tasks. I can allow a team, I can allow a family, I can allow a community to support me. I can allow my mind to support me. Okay. The one last thing I want to talk about here is that Moon Pluto co-presence, because Pluto recently retrograded back into Capricorn. It's finishing off a 15-year cycle as it's retrograding back into Capricorn, given that Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008. What does that mean? There's maybe something as well with either regards to parents, with regards to care and support, with regards to your own physical or bodily autonomy that is coming up for review around this Capricorn full moon, especially if you have a Capricorn sun, rising, or moon. This is likely to be even that much more prominent for you. So just pay attention to where you're feeling called to grow, your personal power, what you're obsessing about, your own self-worth. And if these things are taking hold, then you can look to Mercury as well and say, okay, how can I do a reframe? How can I do a reshift? But also, with regards to the moon making a trine to Jupiter, there is likely to be beneficence. There is likely to be a huge opportunity. There is likely to be a resource or a mentor or a support system that is available to you. This is Jupiter and Taurus. This is something that's always going to be there. Kind of like when people refer to their partner as their rock or that support system, win, lose, or draw, they're always there for them. What is always there for you in your corner? This could also be inspiration. This could also be your dreams. This could also be higher knowledge. And of course, as an additional hint, you can look to the houses ruled by Capricorn and Taurus to see where that Taurus ruled house is going to support you, or where there's going to be extra blessings in and around this full moon. You might already be feeling it, quite honestly, depending on your configurations and your chart. And the one final thing I'll say before I go into the exercise, or exercises, plural, with this full moon, if you're feeling tension or stress in your life, look to the houses ruled by Capricorn and Cancer, because that's where this reframe is going to be taking place. That's where maybe you have to rethink things or ask for greater support in your life. And might also be asking for support from the energies in the Cancer ruled part of your chart, so that the Capricorn ruled part of your chart feels safe and grounded and can build and have more power. All right. Beautiful. So this is going to be my homework and the exercises proposed with this Capricorn full moon. I'll again write them in the description of this video as well. Number one, how do you speak to yourself on a daily basis? Do you have mantras? Do you have affirmations? Are there things you say every single day in the mirror when you're getting ready? I want you to be really honest with this, and I want you to write these things down, whether it's per day, whether it's throughout the week. Physically write it down. So have a little journal with you. I know it might be an inconvenience, but this is extremely important, because like I said, your external reality is a pure reflection of your thoughts and your beliefs. And if you consistently speak ill of yourself, or claim that things are going to be difficult, or have whatever narrative that you inherited from family, society, whatever it may be, it's likely that it keeps presenting itself over and over and over. That's also why I always like to just close off my little segments or my content with "you got this." It's that little boost. It's like, yes, I got this. Everything's going to work out in my favor. I know what I'm doing. Whatever those things that you say to yourself. And that way you can look at certain things, even sayings or mantras that you always say that are positive? Are there ways that they can be reshifted? Or are they things that can be more expansive? Because like we talked about, the moon is making a trine to Jupiter. There's opportunity for expansion and growth, opportunity and blessings with the full moon. So we want to plant the seeds accordingly to see that happen. Number two, which type of mentorship, which type of support, what type of business opportunities or business professionals are supporting you at this time? So we're not talking about family, physical family that you were born into. We're talking about external individuals that are there to support. This can be a cleaning person. This can be a personal trainer. This can be a life coach. This can be whomever. I personally believe that it's extremely important to have healers and professionals and mentors supporting you along your journey. And that can also be that mother and father archetype of this nurturing, supportive energy that is going to take you to the next step. I've worked with so many clients that are brilliant, who are amazing, that are changing the world, that are millionaires, entrepreneurs, all the rest of it. And there are often times where they just need a little bit of support or fine tuning. I also compare this to if you're a professional athlete, if you are an Olympian, you will still go to massage, you will have hot and cold therapy, you will go to a physio, you will go to your RMT, you'll do everything that it takes to get you to peak performance. It doesn't mean that it's weak. It doesn't mean you can't do it on your own. It means that there's only so many hours in a day. And it does not make sense for you to be out of alignment, even for an hour of one day of 1 week, if you don't have to be. Can you imagine yourself spiraling for days, weeks, and months over one thing that could have easily been reshifted? Or I'm sure many of you watching have had an injury or have been sick, and you would have paid a lot of money to not have been sick or not to have that injury because it may have put you back, or there were things you didn't get to enjoy to the fullest. So for those of you that have a good support system in terms of professionals and mentors, is there a different avenue or somewhere else that you are being called to invest into, like a healer or a physical professional to support you, whether it's in your personal life or your spiritual journey? And for those of you that don't have anyone hired, I'm not saying you have to break the bank. But what I am saying, it's very easy to invest into a healer or a support system once a week. So that is your homework. If you don't have a healer or a physical professional to support you, to hold space for you, to fill you up, or to give you that care and compassion, that isn't a friend, that isn't a family member, unless said friend is a healer. But even then, I would almost recommend having someone completely different, so you're building a new relationship to support you. Especially if we're talking about that moon Jupiter trine, building off of the Capricorn New Moon, Sun, Moon squared Jupiter, there's likely to be huge expansion in your life at this time, and having that support is going to be life-changing. And then number three, I want you to write down where you're going to be 6 months from now in the present tense. This is a very common manifestation technique, journaling technique. But after you've decided how you're speaking about yourself, how you wish to speak to yourself, this new mentorship or physical presence or professional in your life, it'll then be very easy for you to feel how things are going to be shifting in the next 6 months. And then writing it down. You can even say, I've now been working with a therapist for the past 6 months. I have such clear mental clarity. Or I'm getting stronger and stronger each day because now I'm going to this boxing class and I hired a coach to help me exert my frustration or my anger in a very positive manner. And then see what else is coming through as you are channeling, as you are writing down where you're going to be in 6 months from now. And I'm going to do this too. I'm going to do this on the full moon because I'm a Capricorn rising. So all the emotions are coming to the surface. And again, if we're talking about entertainment in terms of plays, TV shows, movies, guess what? They all start as scripts. They all get revised. They all get additional support to make it the best story possible. So if you write down where you want to be in 6 months from now, and then a couple days from now, a couple weeks from now, you want to add to that, or you want to edit certain things, you now have the bones of where you want to be 6 months from now to help you grow and expand to the best possible version. And truly, all of these exercises can probably be done in less than an hour. And if you want to get the results, if you want to see yourself grow, if you want to become the best version of yourself, no one knows this better than Capricorn. You have to put in the time. It doesn't mean that needs to be hard work. It just means that you have to put in the hours to increase autonomy, to reach a level of mastery that no one could ever take it away from you. It means that you've been on stage for decades. And even if there might be a moment of nervousness, you're so confident in your ability. It means that you've done so many speaking engagements that no matter where you are at any point in the world, you have confidence in your voice and your knowledge. It means that you have been such a support system to your loved ones. So no matter what kind of turbulence they're going through, you know how to love and support them. This is the energy of Capricorn, and Cancer for that matter is having this expertise or having the emotional knowledge or being so proficient in your gifts, in your skills, that you're always going to win. You're always going to be successful. And even if you don't know initially how to approach the problem, you have so much experience, so much wisdom, so much common sense that's going to be easy to apply your knowledge, your gifts, your love to any situation moving forward. All right. So that concludes our Capricorn Full Moon workshop. I trust that that knowledge resonates. Please remember, if you have prominent Capricorn energy or prominent cardinal energy, that this full moon is likely to be activated. Take the time that you need to rest, take the time that you need to reflect, and please, please, please ensure that you're engaging with these exercises if you want to get the most value and the most expansion from this lunation. All right. I'm wishing you all a beautiful full moon, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.